So now this was the question. The question was find distance between the points 3, 7 and 8, 11. So we can see that these 2 points over here, if we just first visualize these 2 points, so we know that 3, 7 means 3 along the x-axis and 7 along the y-axis. So it would be somewhere here. This would be 3, 7, let's say. And similarly 8, 11 is somewhere here. And so we have to find the distance between these 2 points. So we have to find this distance, this shortest distance between these 2 points. So we have just learned that d is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square. So x2 here stands for 8 and x1 is 3. So x2 minus x1 means 8 minus 3. First you have to write 8 minus 3 and then its whole square plus y2 minus y1, which is 11 minus 7, its whole square also. So this is the expression. So this means d is equal to square root of 8 minus 3 is 4. So 4 square plus again this is 11 minus 7, which is again 8, 4 square. So this is equal to square root of 16 plus 16, which is square root of 32. So this is our final answer. Though it can be further simplified, we can further write the square root of 32 as, this is what, 16 into 2. The square root of 32 is actually 16 into 2, and 16 we know that is 4 square. So this can be written as 4 into square root of 2. But if you are having a calculator, then you can directly solve this value also. But we know that this is just to actually expand your understanding. This can further be written as 4 into square root of 2. Both of them we can see that means the same. So this is the basic implementation of this formula. So now solve the next question exactly. Okay, we'll solve one more question together and then you'll start solving the questions related to this basic formula. Let's just discuss one more question. So the question now was to find the distance between these 2 points. So you don't need to mark these points every time you have been asked to actually find the distance, but I've just drawn it. So if we have to find the distance between these 2 points, directly we know now that d is equal to x2 minus x1 the whole square. x2 stands for 5, x1 is 4. So this would be 5 minus 4 whole square plus y2 minus y1. So this was the basic understanding, which is very basic, but we tend to sometimes do this silly mistake. Minus 5 minus 6 whole square. So this would be d is equal to 5 minus 4, which is 1. 1 square is again 1 plus minus 5 minus 6. So we know that this minus becomes plus. So 6 minus 5 is again 1. So this one again is 1 square, which is 1 actually. So the answer is square root of 2. So this was the final answer. We don't need to plot these points. This was the very basic understanding we have just started. So I have just plotted these points just to make you understand that how this setup works. So the main task is to start visualizing also along with solving the questions. So the answer to this question will be directly 1 square plus 1 square, which is square root of 2. So this was the final answer. So now solve the next question by yourself. Again, this is very simple, but reach the final answer by yourself. Just leave it in the form of this square root. If you reach up till here, it is good. So if you are having the calculator, you can directly find the value of this also. Okay, so now solve this next question by yourself, and only calculation would be related to plus minus. So don't make any mistake over there. Solve this next one. So the question was that we had to find the distance between these 2 points. So we know that d is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square, which means minus 6 minus 1 whole square plus y2, which is 12, minus y1, which is minus 3 the whole square. So this would be minus 6 minus 1, which would become plus 1. This would be minus 6 plus 1, which is minus 5. But when we square minus 5, that minus 5 square becomes simply 5 square, which is 25. It wouldn't be minus 25. It would be plus 25 because we are squaring it. Again over here we are getting 12 minus minus 3, which is 15. 15 the square, which is 225. So the final answer would be square root of 250. So this is the basic logic, basic understanding which we have done right now in this class. So in today's class we have learnt a very basic formula, and we have talked about what is coordinate geometry and what's the significance of the quadrants, which we have just learned, and the basic distance formula between 2 points. So just revise all these very basic points and we'll take it from here in the next class.